Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
New for you at noon, a Fargo high school student is facing criminal charges and possible expulsion after police say he brought a BB gun to school. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Bosch. The incident happened yesterday at Fargo North. School district officials say that there were no threats made, but another student told administrators that a boy might have a weapon. The police school resource officer searched the teen and found the BB gun. It was not loaded, and the student did not have any BBs with him. The student, however, was arrested and taken to juvenile detention. He's facing charges of carrying a concealed weapon and preventing arrest. School officials say they will determine disciplinary action after the boy goes through the juvenile court system. Also new for you at noon, a last-minute plea deal from the last of 4 people charged in connection with the murder outside a Fargo bar last year. Jason Oyen was set to go to trial today for murder and criminal conspiracy in the death of Joey Garsland. But just as the trial was getting underway this morning, Oyen entered an Alford plea to manslaughter and criminal conspiracy. He is set to be sentenced later this month. Well, also new for you at noon, a Fargo woman has been ticketed in connection with a chain reaction car crash that caused a major morning traffic jam. Take a look at this. The northbound lanes of I-29 in South Fargo were backed up from the tri-level to 52nd Avenue South. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says a driver rear-ended a vehicle ahead of her and was crossing lanes to pull over after the crash when she was hit by a third vehicle, which then hit a fourth vehicle. Valley News Team's Mike Morkin witnessed the aftermath. He says the backup even caused slowdowns on the roads leading to the interstate. Now, no injuries were reported, but 23-year-old Jessica Siebert of Fargo was given a ticket for care required. Well, we've got some new information for you on a roadblock on I-94 near Alexandria, Minnesota. One lane of westbound traffic is now reopened near the site of a deadly crash. Westbound I-94 had been blocked off between Osakis and Alexandria since about 6 a.m. Traffic was being directed off the highway, but again, one lane was reopened about 10:30 this morning. The State Patrol says the crash involved 2 vehicles and a semi, but they haven't released any other details. Developing for you this afternoon, a busy morning for Moorhead police after responding to a gunshot that was fired inside an apartment just off 8th Street and 2nd Avenue South. Police say a tenant called after a male and female acquaintance pointed a shotgun at him, then shot it in a different direction before taking off. No one was hurt, but police are investigating what happened.
These were just acquaintances, so the full information on the male and the female who were reported to have been here, we don't, the person doesn't really know. So we're trying to pin that down and work on that to see if we can get a full name so we can start tracking them down.
Officers are looking out for a white car, which the male and female drove away in. Well, in our election 2016 coverage, the presidential nominees are back on the campaign trail today in the battleground states, fresh off their first debate. Jamie Yuccas has a reaction to last night's face-off that had an estimated 100 million people watching.
Our country is suffering because people like Secretary Clinton have made such bad decisions.
Donald, I know you live in your own reality.
Both sides are claiming victory after last night's bruising presidential debate. Donald Trump questioned whether Hillary Clinton is fit to serve as president.
She doesn't have the look. She doesn't have the stamina.
While Clinton suggested the businessman won't release his tax returns because he has something to hide.
Maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes.
This morning, Clinton told reporters she was thrilled with the debate and said the choice is clear.
His demeanor, his temperament, his behavior on the stage could be seen by everybody, and people can draw their own conclusions.
Donald Trump demonstrated the restraint and the temperament that the American people know is required for the presidency.
The widely watched debate was an opportunity for both candidates to energize their base and convince undecided voters.
CBS News contributor and Republican strategist Frank Luntz asked undecided voters what they thought of Trump's debate performance.
Strong start, weak finish.
Missed opportunities.
Bombastic.
And Clinton's.
Prepared.
Firm.
Powerful.
Same old, same old.
The candidates' next debate is scheduled in St. Louis on October 9th. Jamie Yuccas, CBS News, Hempstead, New York.
Well, speaking of reaction to last night's debate, we're working to find out if there'll be any fallout from a big oops on the North Dakota Health Department's Twitter feed. Someone was tweeting comments about moderator Lester Holt and Donald Trump. Some of them included Lester needs to step up, facial expressions are priceless, and Trump's hair is weirder than usual. All of the tweets have since been deleted. Health Department officials say an employee accidentally grabbed her work phone instead of her personal one when she started tweeting during the debate. Well, plenty of sunshine out there on this Tuesday afternoon. It's just a little chillier than it looks. I'm starting to get used to this. It is fall after all. Let's get a first check of our weather now with meteorologist Lisa Green. It's tricky because we're used to like summer. You're like, oh, it's going to be great. And you're in the shade and it's freezing.
That's the thing, yeah. You know, the sun has really made a difference, but it is still cool out there, and the wind is a problem, as we've been talking about. And so it's nice out, but maybe, I don't know, cool for those of us where you see temperatures in the upper 50s to some low 60s. It's not nice out toward the east. We're in the 40s in Bemidji and Baudette at the noon hour, and we've got clouds and rain showers over there. So it's kind of like the tale of two parts of the valley. If you're on the Minnesota side, you're seeing more clouds, some rain showers there as well today, whereas the rest of us in the east are, or in the west rather, are seeing temperatures that are a little bit better and some sunshine too. And Fargo is in the sunny side of things right now. Temperatures this afternoon only in the low 60s. More on that coming up and what we can expect through the rest of the week and into the weekend as well.
All right, Lisa, we'll see you then. In our schemes and rip-offs, a Bemidji, Minnesota man who believes he's been ripped off says he wants a better way of checking the credibility of people who use fundraising websites. A GoFundMe page was set up to pay for funeral expenses after his teenage daughter died in a crash last year. Tens of thousands of dollars were raised, but the man has now figured out that that money was not going to the funeral home like it was supposed to. The Better Business Bureau says that, well, most fundraising sites are legitimate. Not all of the people who post on them are. We did talk with a representative from GoFundMe. He told us that if fraudulent accounts happen, they do work with families to get them their money. If that doesn't work, they'll make a donation themselves to the family. Firefighters in Fargo made quick work of an apartment fire at an apartment complex in South Fargo last night and were able to keep it from spreading to other units. It all happened around 9:30 in the 3300 block of 31st Avenue South. No one was hurt. Investigators are still trying to determine a cause. Fargo City Commissioners want to know how much refugee resettlement is costing our area. Commissioner Dave Pepcorn asked that the matter be put on the agenda at last night's meeting, and he had two big questions. How much is resettlement costing the city of Fargo, and why don't city leaders have a say in who comes here and how many people come here? The commission has requested a presentation at their next meeting that they hope will help answer some of those questions. Fraser Limited in Fargo is holding a just one meal fundraiser today. It's an opportunity to feed your young neighbors in need. They're asking people to donate the cost of one meal. It will go to feed at-risk youth and young adults who are experiencing homelessness. Fraser estimates they serve up to 250 people every day. If you'd like to make a donation, you can give them a call at 701-232-3301. Well, you just never know who you might run into in Fargo these days. And this morning at Hector Airport, it was maybe the most talked about player in the NFL. Check this out. Yes, that is former NDSU and current Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz posing for a picture at Hector International Airport. It's a bye week for the Eagles, and Wentz is back in town. We don't know exactly all of his plans. He told our team that he does plan to lay low if he does come back here. No word if he'll be at the homecoming game for NDSU. They do take on Illinois State at the Fargo Dome on Saturday. He does say that he does want to do some hunting while he's on his bye week from the NFL. Lots of stuff